Guys, so what are my opinions on this whole coronavirus? You might find it surprising. I very rarely make videos on the coronavirus during this whole pandemic. But what I think is, I think it's there's definitely something sinister going on. I kind of knew that from the start. I found it very hard to believe everything that was being said. Uh, I always felt like people were very gullible at the start. At the start, okay, at the start, you don't know. When people say, "Oh, the coronavirus is going to come to Ireland," you're never 100% certain. You're thinking maybe this is a serious thing, maybe it could be as dangerous as people think it is. But then again, there's part of me that was questioning, thinking, maybe, are you sure this is as dangerous as you think it is? And so yeah, part of me thought, had my doubts, but I couldn't believe how everybody else just seemed to blindly believe that, oh, coronavirus is so dangerous, and they didn't seem to have any they didn't seem to question it. Okay, I found that a bit strange. I felt like people were being a bit gullible, and so I had my beliefs like, oh, until I see people collapsing on the streets or passing out or things like that, then I'm not really gonna take this thing too seriously. Um, if you know what I mean. Now, coronavirus comes around and they make these rules. Yeah, so my McDonald's workplace shut down. So I was technically unemployed for like, I think it was 2 months or something like that. Um, so yeah, for those 2 months, or maybe it was even 3 months, um, I was just didn't have much to do really, and I got a bit bored, and I found that the whole obedience, people were so obedient, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, voluntary obedience, like people, they used to say to us, you should stay at least 2 meters away from each other at all times, maintain social distancing to prevent the growth of the virus. So I go out on the streets and I see people. One person's walking on the footpath, the other person's walking in the middle of the road. I'm like, Jesus, man, it's very difficult to maintain social distancing in this area, because then I was living in Goatstown, which is an urban area. It's not like the back arse of nowhere. If you're in the countryside and there's loads of space, then yeah, social distancing can be maintained. But I feel like in a city, it's very difficult. Um, and everything, the whole economy just collapsed pretty much. So I was in Goatstown. I was very close to Dundrum. Sometimes I go up to Dundrum in the Tesco in Dundrum, to do food shopping, and the place would be deserted. All the shops closed. Like it was, you'd walk into the Tesco and it'd be, so you walk into the center and you look around and it's like, Jesus, like the place is closed, and I'm like the security guard monitoring the area. That's what it was like. It was so quiet. Um, yeah, and I couldn't believe how everyone's just not questioning. And to be honest, I felt like there was something sinister going on, but I didn't know exactly what. I didn't know exactly what. Until I learned that it's meant to be like a transfer of wealth. Somehow, I don't know. I think they want like the smaller businesses to shut down. They want the bigger businesses to get bigger or something like that. You know, which is just ridiculous. Shutting down the economy just because, oh, somebody wants to get more money for themselves, and yeah, and now they have these things. Now they have the vaccines coming in. Finally, the vaccinations, and apparently there's all types of theories about these coronavirus vaccines. I've been feeling, yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff on the internet. I don't know what to believe, but I feel like there's something sinister about this coronavirus vaccine. Um, this coronavirus passport. Okay, it's going to be like a select group of people who can have this coronavirus passport. You need this coronavirus passport to get into places. And look, I might get one myself depending on how strict the rules are. Um, like if I need a COVID vaccine to continue working a job, if I need a COVID vaccine to go to the shops, a food shop, then well, yeah, I'll probably get it because I feel like then I'll have no choice. But if I can continue to work a job, if I have a coronavirus vaccine, if I can go to the shops without a coronavirus vaccine, I'll probably not get vaccinated. Like, what? I won't be able to travel abroad without a vaccine? Yeah, that's fine. Ireland's got a lot of space. I can wander around the place. It's not like I'm stuck on a. It's like I'm stuck in a little room or anything. Um, if I'm not allowed join a fitness club or a gym, okay, that would annoy me, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'd probably just use the outdoors as my fitness center. Uh, and so what else would I do? If you can't go to the cinema without a coronavirus vaccine, so be it. Before coronavirus came about, I used to go to the cinema about once or twice a year, so I feel like not being able to go to the cinema would not be a massive loss. The last time I was in the cinema, I believe, was to watch the movie Good Boys. Good Boys was, I think that was in September 2019. I saw that movie in Dunleary. So that was a while ago now, nearly 2 years. I don't feel like I miss it too much. Personally, I think positive entertainment is not great, like, I don't know, like going to football matches and stuff and just standing there for 90 minutes watching. Not great, I think you'd be a lot better to just, it'd be a lot better if you just bought say if you want to get into soccer, it'd be a lot better to just buy a ball and go and just practice by yourself or join a club, or even just coach at a club or volunteer. I think that's, you're making an active contribution. You're being active rather than just standing there and being a spectator. They say that the spectators in the world are the beta males, the guys who work dead end jobs they hate and just blow their money on entertainment. And look, I'm not overly prideful if someone thinks I'm a beta male. It's not really that big a deal to me, I don't think. But if I feel like I'm not living a fulfilling life, if I feel like I'm living a boring life, well, that's a serious issue. Okay. Um, and yeah, I think I'm a good example to this. I'm making YouTube videos every day, even though I'm not getting much subscribers or success. Um, because personally, I just feel like, you're better off just go out and do something, even if you're bad at it. Too many people have this elitist attitude that if you're not amazingly good at doing something, oh, you should just give up. Oh, you didn't break the Irish record in the I don't know, the 10,000 meters in the track. Give up. You're like, that's a very elitist attitude. Um, I'm getting into bodybuilding now, and well, I think, see, yeah, I'm not the strongest of guys out there. I'm a little bit on the scrawny side, but it doesn't matter. It's good to go out and work out. And personally, knowing what I know now, I feel like you're better off not, like, being a professional athlete, because I think most of them are miserable. I read about what's his name, Paul Kimmage, in his book Rough Ride, and he made it, professional cycling, seem like a very unpleasant career choice. Okay, it's not good to be obsessive with sport. It's good to just go out and maybe have an hour a day doing it, and enjoy it, rather than spending hours and hours at it and just being exhausted and fatigued and just sleeping all day. That's not a healthy way to live. So I've gone a bit off topic. So yeah, that's my opinions on the coronavirus vaccines. A lot of sinister stuff coming up in the future. Just watched a YouTube video there. I don't think I watched the whole YouTube video, but Edward Snowden said that by the year 2024, your phone will be like a spying device. It will spy on you. It will anything, everything you do online will be told to the government, and are reported to the government. And so yeah, it's going to be like no online privacy anymore. It's a very strange world we're living in. Okay. And yeah, society's, I think, is deteriorating in a lot of ways. If you know what I mean. And but we'll always be brainwashed. We'll always be brainwashed, saying life is so good nowadays. Like when I was growing up, people saying, "Oh, life is so good for you. You're so lucky nowadays. You're lucky you weren't alive 100 years ago." But a lot of that is just propaganda. You can't really believe everything they say in the history books. Sure, you read other articles saying people were happier 100 years ago. You know what I mean. So um, I don't know. I think society is deteriorating. We're becoming more obsessed with material wealth. Becoming more individualistic. It's all about the individual now. If you know what I mean. And I was watching a video by Billie Eilish. Is it Billie Eilish or Eilish or something like that? the new musician on the block, and she was talking with Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day, who's a lot older, and so they're talking, and Billie Eilish was saying, "This is the one guy. He's the one version of himself. No one else is like this version. He's the like." I'm like, come on, that's just retarded, you know.